All right, Buffalo, the podcast you've all been waiting for. Get Housed 716 with Bethany and Marnie.
That's right. Here we are.
Here we are. Season 1, episode 1.
You know, I had this dream that I was sitting behind a microphone and all of a sudden, boom.
It came true.
No pun intended. Boom. Get it?
I do now. I do now.
You know, Bethany, when I first met you, never would have I pictured that we would be sitting in this studio.
No. It was an instant connection. You know, there's those people that you meet that you are like hands down.
Like, I get you.
I get you. Mm-hmm. We are the same.
Yep.
Same people.
So, well, not totally the same.
How so?
Well, you are very wise.
You are very wise.
Oh, thank you.
And we're both funny.
And talented.
We are the talent. Okay, so
let's talk about our podcast, mm-hmm. right? So we had this idea, and with the help of our amazing producer, J Love, we were able to bring it to where we are right now.
Right.
Yeah. Let's tell the pod squad what we're doing.
So, do we go way back or do we just go back 2 weeks when we're touring podcast studios?
Well, let's just go back to our vision of how we got here. Get Housed 716.
Okay. All right. So I was driving in the car, listening to a podcast and thought, you know, who would be really fun on a podcast? Marnie and I. So
I was thinking the same thing.
I immediately texted Marnie and said, you know, we should do a podcast.
And I was inquiring at the same time, right? Inquiring about hey, who knows anything about podcasts? So we put our 3 heads together and decided, what does Western New York need right now? And they need Get Housed 716. Because who doesn't?
Yeah. So touring studios
mm-hmm.
to try and figure out how we get this done and put it together and put it on the airwaves or the internet or wherever this ends up showing up. I maybe still am a little foggy on that, but I think we've got some others in the room that get how to do that.
I think it's a journey. I think it's a journey and it will take us to where it needs to.
Right.
So, but for our listeners out there, the purpose of us sharing experiences with you is because we totally enjoy doing this, right? We're both realtors.
Yes.
We
licensed real estate sales professionals, I believe is the correct term.
See, this is why you're so wise. So, and we enjoy each other's company.
We do. Sometimes too much, honestly.
And we enjoy adventures and exploring.
And
so you put it all together.
716. We love everything Buffalo.
Everything Buffalo. We're big promoters of Western New York. So we put it all together and boom, here we are.
Get Housed 716, right?
So exciting.
And so I think maybe one of my favorite parts of this little journey so far has been when, as all good things start, we have kind of an agreement, right? And when that agreement came to you and we were listed in there as the talent.
You had me at hello, J Love. Had me at hello. The fact that you called us the talent, that was literally a dream come true.
My eyes lit up. I pictured myself accepting the Grammy with you.
I'd like to thank Western New York for getting me here today. That was amazing.
I pictured us at the Oscars immediately.
I thought you were going to say the breakup clause.
On the red carpet.
So part of that agreement was the breakup clause at the end. And I guess that was really smart to put in there. But I don't envision us ever breaking up.
No. But the talent, that my eyes just lit up.
And, I'm getting a vanity plate Call the talent.
Oh, could we get plates that say Get House 716?
Why not? I mean, honestly,
maybe we will.
Maybe. Yeah. So I got into real estate a few years ago after having been in real estate personally for a long time. So my family and we have moved 7 times, maybe 8 times. And has always been a personal passion of finding homes and neighborhoods that we as a family wanted to be part of, rehabbing that home and then going on to the next project. And I did that while, my background is in social work and working with people and being part of different really tight communities and getting to know people and building relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So the relationship piece has always come very natural to me. And I even years and years and years ago, like right out of college, I was like, wow, I really am intrigued with real estate. And this is even before HGTV became hot, right? Where people are watching $1 million listings and
trading spaces. Did you ever watch that on was it on TLC or Lifetime?
Oh yeah, I watched it all,
With
right?
Ty
and I was
Pennington.
and I've
Who didn't
seen
want
the
to be a part of that?
progression.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, I started doing it part-time. And then when COVID hit, I was like, follow your passion, do what you have to do. And I decided to go all in. So I'm super excited to be part of the real estate community now here in Western New York. I've met many wonderful people in all aspects, right? Other real estate agents, other home inspectors and painters and buyers and sellers, and just met so many wonderful people. And it's a journey. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, every house has its own story. I feel like as a real estate agent, it's very individualized for me. Like I really want to know my client's story and help them find their perfect match. That is really, really important to me. So it may not be that first house we see together, but we're going to go on that journey together. And I'm just honored and humbled to be part of that process.
Love it. I do too.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard to do. It's interesting because we're both full-time in real estate. I mean, I think it's hard to do part-time.
Yeah.
Really, I don't know.
Yeah.
How to balance that with another career, because I mean, you're out early in the morning, you're out late at night, you're out on the weekends. I mean, we're
the
available.
Flexibility. Yeah. You need to have that flexibility.
Right.
And to really be even the busier you become, right? I find that the busier I am, the more I get done. Right. So it's you just have to be there.
Agree.
Yeah.
And
so how did you get started?
Oh, sure. So out of college, so my degree is in family and consumer sciences, which had a little bit of everything. So it had a little bit of marketing. I was at University of Georgia doing some fashion, and wasn't really sure which piece of it I liked because I just liked it all. So
you are really fashionable.
Oh, thank you.
I like when you wear your fur vests.
Oh, thank you. I like that vest too. That vest has been with me a while. That's a tried and true classic. I mean, you can pull that gal out for a special occasion like New Year's at your house, and you can pull it out for brunch. I mean, endless possibilities with her. Yeah.
Does she have a name?
No, but
okay, let's name her. Wear her to the next podcast and we'll give her a name.
I will. So I worked in retail for a long time because I think that, sometimes when you're young that you go either the restaurant route or the retail route, right? So I went the retail route and was a general manager for some great corporations, learned a lot about leadership, and then landed in the healthcare space. So worked with private practices that were transitioning to corporate practices. And again, just like you, it was all about the relationships for me. So helping those people who had built their businesses and spent so much time and love and energy into their practices, helping them transition to the corporate world, and then getting ready for that next step of, am I going to retire? What does, my next journey look like? So loved that, did that for a long time, 12 years. And was very fulfilled. As that company continued to get larger, my role changed and I lost the relationship piece of it. And it became more about the reporting piece of it. And so reflecting on what can I do where I can help people through transition, where I can help and still continue to build those relationships was really important to me. So I too was always intrigued by the real estate, always looking online to see what was available. We were in that investment space in our family too for a little while and did some flipping and lived in different parts of Western New York that we just loved. So I thought, let's give it a try. And as you learn from your real estate class, you and I took the same.
Yeah, not together, but we did
not
take
together,
it. Yeah.
But we took the same guy.
Yeah.
And I will still never forget one of the most fun parts about when he was talking about careers in real estate. He said, it's going to be tight in the beginning. I mean, you're going to be really hungry, and a baked potato is what you're going to get. And he said, but if you work hard, you might be able to afford sour cream for that baked potato someday.
True that.
And then when he said, and soon if you work really hard and you continue to do well, you'll have a steak to go with that baked potato.
I was going to say, like, you throw the chives on or.
Right. The chives. That's just like a little added sprinkle, right?
No, that's a good point. I think that we definitely have that in common, that, that working hard and really caring about our clients and and often clients become friends, right? Like it's so about the relationship.
Pictures. Love it when I get a baby picture. Yeah. I love it when I get a remodel picture project. I like to continue that relationship. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not just a one and done, you're going to see me. I'm going to be at your door. And then sometimes when you go to their door.
It's a little creepy.
They say, I didn't know you were like
looking through my window, Bethany.
I didn't think you meant that you'd be back. Oh, here I am. Yeah, sure am. So one time, I will tell you, so around the holidays, sometimes it's around Thanksgiving, sometimes it's around Christmas. I love to stop and visit people, bring them a little something, those transactions that I've done throughout the year. So one time I was stopping at a house and the gentleman came to the door. We're going to just give him a name, John. Came to the door and he said, oh my God, Bethany, I'm so happy to see you. And I said, yeah, I brought you a little something. And he goes, hang on. Would you mind if I just got out of my pajamas and put on some pants before you came in? Take your time. Take your time.
Unannounced.
I love a Popeye.
Love a good Popeye. So, ding dong.
Yeah. Whether you're in your pajamas, whether you're just have something on.
Yeah.
Please.
Were you in your pajamas?
I was not. I was fully dressed.
For a vest.
The fur vest is not really conducive to coming in and out of the car all the time.
Right.
So I'm sure I did not.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the spring market. What's happening with
spring market
real estate in Western New York?
Mm-hmm. So, looking kind of forecasting ahead, I just pulled some numbers and we are lucky enough to have it's called Buffalo Niagara Association of Realtors. So BNAR for short.
A lot of data there.
A lot of data. They give us all the stats that we need. So looking on that, average sale price of a home right now in the Western New York market, $262,000. which is up 20,000 from where we were just a year ago. So a year ago, 242,000.
And that's from like what zip code? It's just all the different zip codes,
All
and they
the
just
zip
kind
codes.
of, and they put it together in a median, right?
Correct.
So yeah.
Correct. So that's the average.
Yeah.
In 2021, so post-pandemic, kind of just coming off all of that, crazy, 209,000. So
Was the average sale price?
Average sale price. So to go up from 209,000 2 years ago to 262,000 current, that's a pretty substantial investment. Good decision. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's still a good time to sell, right? I know that I've talked to people and they're hesitant because of whatever reason. Maybe mortgages are higher than they were last year, or, you know, they're thinking about it. It's in the back of their mind. What would you say to them?
So I think it is always a good time to sell, and these are generalities over the whole ML that we're seeing. But real estate really comes down to your specific street, your specific house, right? I mean, we could have two houses on the same street. I had that last fall where I sold two houses on the same street, both sold for different prices, both attracted different buyers. So, it really is so house specific. That it's great.
And we're coming off the winter where it was quiet. Like the housing market has been quiet these, past few months, but now is like we're approaching spring. I'm finding that more houses are coming up every week.
More coming up. Still a little light though. I mean, we're about 1,000 houses less this year than we were on the market this year last. That's a tongue twister. This time last year. So this time last year, we were about 14,500 on the market. This year, we're about 13,500. So we need your house.
Yeah, we need your house. It's a good time to sell, right? So if you're even thinking about it and, you can call us. We're happy to, take a look and
call us. You can have one of us come out. You can have both of us come out.
I mean,
whatever you want.
Yeah, we're a good time.
Totally flexible.
Yeah.
I mean, Marnie will wear that fabulous hat that she wore to the Broadway Market.
Let me tell you, people love my hat.
They sure did.
They sure did.
You were straight off an episode of Yellowstone with that hat. Love it.
Oh, I was really into Yellowstone too. So that's a huge compliment. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I walked out of the house and my daughter's like, looks like you just came from Montana.
You did. You did.
Nothing says Broadway Market like a nice big hat. There actually was a hat vendor there.
There was a hat vendor there.
And I felt
you were
like
all full up on the hat.
I felt like he was like, you're my people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you want one of us to come out, both of us to come out, we would absolutely love to do a market analysis for you, to talk to you a little bit about what we think your house is worth. Because even if you don't end up putting on the market, it's a great just kind of marker to see, what your investment is doing. And we would love to do that.
Right. For now or for the future.
For now or for the future. Right.
And if you're a buyer, I mean,
if you're a buyer,
I love my buyers.
I love my buyers.
They
right
are
now.
like, I really do too.
And here's the thing about mortgage rates going up. You know that the buyers that are still qualified to buy are really qualified. So we've kind of weeded out. That's the one nice thing about interest rates going up. When they were a little bit lower, there were definitely more competition. It was maybe a little bit of a struggle for some buyers to jump in and get that house that they were looking for. But now that interest rates have ticked up a little bit, less competition. And
and not like all, there's like 40, 50 offers coming in on the one house.
No,
right?
it's
like
changed.
last spring. That has really changed.
That's really changed. And we only have one house to sell. So honestly, one offer is a great offer, right?
Right.
That's all you need. One great offer.
Yeah. Good point.
Oh,
good point.
And I think that for buyers, I wouldn't be scared about the higher interest rates because they will tick down. And by the time they do, you'll have some equity in your house. You can end up refinancing. You date the rate, you marry the house. So find a house that you love. Don't worry about that interest rate. You can always go back and refinance
Kick it to the curb.
That's right. You can always get rid of that interest rate if you're not in love with it. But living in those four walls, you've got to be in love with those walls, right?
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. For those of you that didn't hear Bethany before, we are about to embark on our first episode, right? And we just visited the Broadway Market. Let's talk about that.
So
Let's talk about that adventure.
When we walked in to the Broadway Market, we were immediately treated like celebrities. I mean,
Talent.
They could not have been more generous with their time, with their samples.
Oh, the samples were amazing.
The samples were amazing.
And they loved the camera and a microphone.
They did. So when they saw that camera and microphone coming, hi.
Over here.
No shortage. No shortage of volunteers wanting to talk to us.
Good morning. Here we are at the Broadway Market. I'm Marnie.
I'm Bethany.
And we are really excited to get house 716.
Easter style, Passover style, all the things
Dingus
that
Day
April brings. Dingus Day. I think we're going to get a little pokeine in today, Marnie. I can feel it.
You
I
think?
can feel it.
One can only hope.
Oh my gosh. So many things at the Broadway Market.
There's a lot of vendors.
Hoping we'll learn a little something about butter lambs, maybe.
Maybe hear some lamb impressions.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yes, a pierogi.
Pierogi. I heard Pierogi Pete is here.
Ooh, that would be exciting to see Pierogi Pete.
Can't wait. So it sounds like a jam-packed episode.
Let's go take a walk around and see what we can find.
Sounds good.
I'm Marnie.
Marnie, nice to meet you.
Bethany.
Bethany. Beautiful names, Marnie.
Oh,
Bethany.
wait, save that for the camera. Hold on.
So we have a podcast.
Oh,
It's
how
called
cool.
Get Housed.
716 style.
We're going to write that down before you leave so I know where to find you.
You sure will.
So what do you do besides the walk around Broadway and ask interesting questions and meet interesting
We're real
chefs?
estate agents. So glad that you asked.
Oh, well.
You did not.
We are very interested to learn more about
That Greek guy. We
Okay.
thought it was misspelled Greek god. We thought.
Well, I'm trying to stay away from that, association.
Okay,
But,
all right.
so the whole journey started for me. I grew up in Greece, so I was born there. And I came to the States in '69, so we have a bakery back home that dates back to the early turn of the 20th century. My grandfather started the bakery. I grew up around the bakery, so everything you see here was common everyday eating for me, traditionally artisan the way we do it back home. And so last year, I took a plunge to go to the Williamsville Farmers Market and bring what I've been doing forever in my life as a family or for personal gatherings. And we did wonderfully at the Williamsville Farmers Market, where people started coming saying, "Are you that Greek guy?" I'm like, "Hey, that's my name." So what we have is traditionally we start with a spanakopita hand roll. It's done with a semolina durum, the way we roll it back home in Greece. We are one of the last bakeries in Greece, central Greece, that still makes spanakopita the traditional way with a hand-rolled durum semolina dough with a nice finish of spinach with a hint of cinnamon in it. Phenomenal. I use my award-winning...
Spinach and cinnamon.
Yes, cinnamon brings out the flavors of the olive oil and the spinach. It's a phenomenal flavor. And then I use my award-winning olive oil from my private orchard in Greece. We're in Kalamata. We're a 12th century orchard. And we have taken gold in London in '04, humbly to say. And I use it in all my cooking and my baking except for the paste. Yes. Our oldest tree in the orchard is 800 years old. Our producing trees are roughly around 250 years old. And the 800-year-old tree outproduces the 250-year-old tree, believe it or not.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How did you find your way to Western New York?
So, great story. My mom and my dad, we immigrated here in '69. My mom's family was here, and they were in the restaurant business on the corner of Elmwood and West Utica called the Elmwood Lounge back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah, so
many a story of them.
Oh, well, Lance Diamond and the gang. It's been many a night.
Yeah, I mean, we all know Lance.
Oh, the late Lance, unfortunately, right? So I started in the restaurant business as a kid, right? And then my mom opened a diner in Transitown Plaza back in the days. So I worked in the diner, and then I went into finance. I've been in finance my entire life for the most part, but I've been baking a good part of my life. Secretly, yes. So last summer, I'm involved with the St. Theodore's Orthodox Christian Church on Los Robles, and I've been baking for the community. And Father Andrew said, "Why don't you go to the Williamsville Farmers Market?" And this is how all began. And so I was baking on Fridays, selling on Saturdays. And then when the market ended in October, we looked at Broadway. We have all of our facilities. We bake here full time. All of the equipment's here, all the beautiful opportunities here. So we bake almost every day with the exception of here.
At the Broadway
Right here. Yeah, everything is here. Yes, we have the wonderful kitchen in the back for the dough kneaders, and the ovens are here, and everything is baked fresh here.
So if I wanted to find the Greek guy,
Yeah.
and it's not like Easter time,
Yeah.
and the Broadway market is really booming now because everyone's looking for that butter lamb.
Yeah.
Can I find you here,
Yes.
like on
Greek-
the weekends or
Greek-
during the week?
GreekGuyBakery.com.
Okay.
And you can order online. I do spot deliver on the weekends on Fridays and Saturdays at the Williamsville Town Hall parking lot. Otherwise, you can come here.
Good to know.
And there you go. And I will be there full time starting in May. The first week of May, we'll be at the Farmers Market on Saturdays.
Great.
I will also be at Hamburg Farmers Market on Saturday, so we'll have 2 markets going. And then hopefully we're working on being at the Roswell Farmers Market on Wednesdays from 11 till 2. So everything is online. You can order online. We can spot deliver, or if you want to take a beautiful ride down here, I could teach you how to make some of this stuff.
We might be back.
Come on.
Might be back.
So
We
we'll start
definitely
now.
might be
So
back.
we
Are
talked
you
about.
part of the family?
Alex is my youngest guy. He's
The youngest. Okay. So Alex,
We want to talk to Alex.
Alex,
We want to get
here's
Alex's real scoop.
Alex. Here's what we need to know. Butter lamb. Give us your best lamb impression.
Oh God! Now you're putting me on the spot. There you go.
Nice.
I mean, how great was the Greek guy?
Oh, the Greek guy. He had a lot to say, and I learned a lot. You know that cinnamon is a big tradition in a lot of different foods that are brought out during this time of year.
A lot of cinnamon in that food at the Broadway Market. And it didn't necessarily, not an overwhelming taste of cinnamon, I would say. If you're not a fan of cinnamon,
It was
I'd
just a
still
little
try it.
Yeah. And
A
it was
little hint.
Yeah, a little hint of it. But if you're allergic to cinnamon, make sure you ask the ingredients before you take a bite of any of these samples.
Because almost everything had cinnamon.
everything that we
Except
tried.
that butter lamb.
The butter lamb. We learned about the history of the butter lamb.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Very interesting.
And ironically, I was wearing a little purple scarf, and the butter lamb had the purple scarf.
You and the butter lamb. Who knew
We
they
were twinning.
Twins.
Twinning.
Love it.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm Marnie.
Sheila.
Nice to meet you, Sheila.
Nice to meet you.
So I actually came to the Broadway Market specifically for a butter lamb.
Okay.
I only learned about the butter lamb a few years ago. Do you know the history behind the butter lamb that you can share with us?
So like in our 2s and 4s for everybody, we have it already written on the back of the boxes. But basically, the lamb represents the Lamb of God in the sacrifice of the Eucharist. So then like your peppercorns represent the light of the world. The red, which is traditional, sacrifice represents the blood of Christ. And the red flag represents Alleluia, peace on earth.
Oh. I actually had no idea that there was such meaning behind it. I just thought it was so darn cute.
Yes, they
I
are.
mean, so, and how long have the butter lambs been in existence?
Butter lambs
Yeah.
can be, okay, here in Buffalo, the business started in 1963 by Dorothy Malczewski. Her father brought the molds, wooden molds over from Poland that can be dated back to like 900s, 800s in Poland.
Really? Is this only a Buffalo thing, or
No,
is the butter lambs everywhere?
Butter lambs are in largely Polish communities. So like in Michigan, there's a big cluster outside in the Chicago area, Cleveland area. We ship through Wegmans stores up and down the East Coast, down into Florida and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it at Wegmans. Yeah. But I would rather get it from you right here at the Broadway Market. So, and I see they come in all different sizes.
Yeah.
What is your best seller?
It all depends on what it is. Like the small little 2-ounce are very popular for taking into church to bless your baskets. Our head turns are extremely popular for the family dinners.
The head turns, is that like a little tongue hanging out?
Yes, it is.
Cute.
The 6 and the 10 ounces are popular because a lot of people will do one on each end of the table.
I'm like matching with my purple scarf. I'm matching the butter lamb right now.
Now, one of my favorite stops was Black Button Distillery.
Mine too.
I mean, tough choice between the mule with the cider bourbon that was a little lighter.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name. It was like apple.
And we bought it, so we should know.
Well, you mix it with the ginger beer.
Delicious.
And it does taste like a
mule.
Moscow mule. Yeah, it was amazing.
It was good. It was
Right.
definitely
And
good.
then he also had us at the root beer float,
I mean, bringing you back to the childhood.
which was the cream whiskey.
The cream whiskey mixed with a little of the Saranac root beer. That was good.
It was very desserty.
Well, Black Button is a farm-to-table distillery, which means at least 75% of our ingredients need to come from New York State. We are about 90 to 95% at that level. Just some of our spices, which can't be grown in New York, and a few other things we source out. But all of our grain is grown on one local farm down in Groveland, New York, Edgewood Farm, so west of Canisius Lake near Geneseo. We had 4 wonderful products on the table today. Our world-famous bourbon cream, Empire apple liqueur, a really nice straight bourbon whiskey, and a citrus-forward gin.
So if we were going to taste something here, what would you recommend at,
It's happy hour in London, I always tell people.
Happy hour in London.
So you can try anything you like here. Anything sound good? What would you like to try today?
I'm going to try the apple cider.
Okay, go.
What are you going to try?
I'm going to get your reaction.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay.
I want that mic up close.
All right. Bottoms up. Nice.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Now we mix it with a little
Empire
ginger
apple.
beer. At the distillery, we make like Moscow mules out of it.
Oh, okay,
like a
John.
mule.
All
Try a little
right.
bit with the ginger beer. Are you good?
I'm good. But
Okay.
like I think I can see how that would.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try a little bit.
There you go.
All right. I'm going to try a little of that too.
Like the ginger beer? Sure.
I mean, why not? A little Moscow mule.
It's also good
First
with...
thing in the
I mean,
morning,
we're
it's almost-
I'm gonna have this with like pierogi on the side.
There you go.
Never
some
leaving the
Santa
Broadway. I'm never leaving the Broadway Market.
There you go.
We're gonna try some of that too.
Cheers.
Cheers. So good.
Did you rehearse that?
We did not rehearse that. Delicious.
Good. That is cocktail of choice.
Now, either of you like an Irish cream type product?
I love an Irish cream.
you've
Black
had
Button.
it before.
I have, and
You know
it's
how good
delicious.
it is.
I'm open to sampling again.
You want to try it straight up? You want to try it with our world famous root beer, a root beer float drink?
Oh, I'll try a root beer float. Oh my God! Who knew we were coming for cocktails today?
Root beer flow.
Who
We
Who
can
knew
hook
we
you
were
up.
coming for cocktails?
Woo! I think I'm taking my jacket off. It's getting warm.
I'm so glad I could please you ladies.
John. Ready? Cheers.
You know you make eye contact when you cheers, right? You do. Let's try it again. Here we go. Cheers. Cheers. All right.
Wow, one little cocktail and you're already silly.
We're always silly.
We're always unfortunate. A root beer float.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
It was really smooth. Like I highly recommend them. Yeah. Black
love that.
Button Distillery.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Also fun to run into Pierogi Pete.
Highlight.
Okay. So tell us all about the pierogi. What's the history of the pierogi?
Well,
What do you know?
the
What do you know
pierogi that I'm
pierogi?
wearing, or the pierogi in general?
Well-
that you eat and consume, or just what you're caressing.
I mean, this feels good.
It does.
I'm not gonna lie.
It does. It's just a pillow, like a regular pierogi that you eat.
It's nice.
And I get my little hands there so I can wave and say hi.
Yeah, this is a
My little
drink.
T-Rex arms. Arr. The pierogi.
So the real pierogi.
The real pierogi, which is me, I'm as real as it gets, came into existence a couple years ago for National Pierogi Day on October 8th, which is celebrated around the United States. National Pierogi Day. So we brainstormed and said, hey, it'd be funny if you put the pierogi on for a day and went around and waved to people and said hi. Little did I know that it would be like the second coming of the Beatles coming to America or being a Jonas brother nowadays. Everybody wanted to take a picture. Everybody wanted to say hi. Everybody wanted to send those pictures to their grandmothers in Florida, their aunts and uncles in California, their family members in Poland, saying that, hey, we have a picture of a pierogi. So the boss said the more you put it on, the more we can market, the more we can, showcase what we do here and what I'm building as a brand for, which is now that's going to be opening in 27 days, Pierogi Pete's down at Transit and Casey. It's kind of like Chipotle, but it's Chipolish.
Yes.
So Pierogi Bowls. So we rebranded Simply Pierogi to Pierogi Pete's. So 27 days, there will be a...
So 27 days. We are getting the inside scoop. Get housed.
I'm going to be there.
We will be there opening day.
We have some big news to tell people about how to get free pierogi bowls for a year, but I can't tell you how to do it. That's just a little teaser right now. Yeah.
We're gonna keep it under our
Free
hats,
pierogies
especially
for a
Marnie's.
year.
Okay, so the process for making pierogies.
Oh God, you're talking to someone who doesn't make pierogies.
Okay.
I leave that up. I leave it up to the pierogi elves in our kitchen. I'm the talent.
You're just the talent.
I'm just the talent.
Coincidentally, we
I'm
are the
with the
talent. We are the talent too.
Talent
I kinda just wanna
sticks.
hug you.
Talent sticks.
It
Yeah, we
feels
can.
nice.
It's all
It
soft.
feels so
my
nice.
God.
Ah!
The pierogi. It's the only food that loves you back.
So can I ask a quick question
Yeah.
about Dingus Day?
For sure.
Do you know the history of Dingus Day?
Do I know the history of it? No.
Okay, we're gonna Google
Pete
that.
is an expert at pierogies.
I'm an expert at
okay.
selling pierogies.
We're gonna-
Dingus Day is a wild thing. I really wish I did know. And it's funny because Buffalo's not even Dingus Day capital of the world. Did you know that? Cleveland.
What is?
Cleveland thinks they are.
Cleveland.
And Pittsburgh thinks they're pierogi capital of the world, which I'm sorry,
They're both wrong.
on both avenues. I'm pretty sure Poland is for Dingus Day and pierogies. So they can pound salt, both of them. But when I open up a pierogi Pete's in both of those cities, we'll find out who the real pierogi king is, which I'm wearing my little apron right now that says Pierogi King.
Nice.
And we'll show them how Dingus Day is done. And if you haven't been to our Dingus Day at Stolot's and events by Stolot, it is a rockin' good time. There's 2 bands, 2 DJs. There's pierogi all day long, some Wodinski sausage, photo booths, people making T-shirts saying Polish AF, Dingus Day drinking team. We're gonna have the Buffalo Water, the Water Buffalo hats, 716 that makes the big
Oh, I've seen those.
Fred Flintstone Yabba Dabba Doo hats, but they're going to be all Polskas. We have Bleached by Abigail showing up doing some Polish bleached stuff.
And
Who else?
dancing?
Lots of polka dancing.
Lots
The band,
of polka
one of the
dancing.
bands that we have,
That's an opportunity for us.
one of the bands we have coming is straight up from Maryland, and they are just very famous for what they do. So they're a huge following, and Who Stole the Kishka and all those kind of fun songs that they do.
Can't
Who's
wait.
still-
We're not gonna
my
miss
gosh.
that.
He is amazing and opening up his own restaurant, his own shop right here.
Can't
in-
wait
Oh my
to
gosh.
see that.
East Amherst? Where's
East
he
Amherst,
opening?
corner of Casey and Transit.
Good memory.
Yeah, it's in that new little plaza. Aldi's is there. and
27 days till,
countdown.
yeah.
Countdown is on. I think maybe I'm going to make like one of those little chains,
Oh,
hang it on the wall like you do around the holidays.
they're going to have pierogi bowls.
Pierogi bowls.
So innovative.
Love it.
Brilliant.
And he was fun to get your hands on. I mean, he was soft.
you were really like
A little
caressing
handsy with
him.
him.
You were like petting him. And then I
Yeah.
had to get in there for a hug because I was
Yeah.
like, I want to touch. He was
was
wearing
soft.
like for the podcasters, he was wearing a costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had cushions.
It was like a velour pillow. I'm going to say pillow laden. Like,
Yeah.
It was a lot of stuffing.
I mean, he was a good hug.
He was a good hug. It was soft.
It was.
It was nice.
And we had seen him before, but only on like a billboard.
yeah, we should post that picture too.
Okay, we will. We
Mhm.
totally will. All right. This is good. This is all good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Who else did we meet? Oh, we met the horseradish lady.
Oh, she was
And she was
sweet.
married to her husband. They have this, they make horseradish, which I tried. It was delicious. Had a bit of a kick. They gave me water. Thank you, Lord. And
Hi, what's your name?
Wanda.
Wanda?
Yes,
Okay, can you tell us what you're doing here?
yes. Put horseradish. I'm packing jars.
You're packing some
Yes,
jars.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
and did you make the horseradish?
Oh yes, we
Yeah.
make over here from the scratch.
Okay.
Yes.
How long have you been making
Oh,
horseradish?
we over 35 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. How long have you been at the Broadway Market?
Over 35 years.
Over 35
Yeah.
years.
And we make all the time the horseradish. We have horseradish plain. We have horseradish with beets and smaller sizes.
Yeah.
And we have white horseradish. We don't put any kind like sugar, salt, nothing. Just the horseradish, plain and vinegar. That's all.
Okay. How hot is it? Do you have to have like a big tolerance or?
Taste.
Sure, I'm happy to taste it. I can't do really hot, but that's all right. Maybe if we have water on hand, it'll be okay. No, she goes, "Do you have water?" No, it's okay. I could taste. Sure, would love to taste it.
He's got bottle water. Okay.
Okay, just in case it doesn't go down. Oh, wow. Yeah, just a little bit, just a little.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
Yes. Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting. Yes, he's gonna try to.
It's got a kick. I'll take the water.
Okay.
And they also had the Pussy Willows there.
Yeah. Yeah. We learned a little about Dingus Day.
Dingus Day and her husband. How cute were they? They've been married for 50 years and they've had this and they've been at the Broadway Market for 35 years. There's a lot of history at the Broadway
About
Market.
1888, I was reading about it. 1888, it opened, and it had also burned down, and they rebuilt too. So it's a current structure now. No heat. Fun fact about the Broadway Market.
Ever? Like now?
Now there's no heat. Yeah, I just saw it.
That's got to
not
be
heated.
a bit chilly in the winter.
I guess, but it didn't seem chilly in there today. And
Not at all.
Certainly, if you're there around Easter time, I mean,
Oh yeah.
packed with people.
Oh yeah.
No
It
heater needed.
Yeah. Oh right. It does get crowded. And there's music. DJ
Oh,
Red.
DJ Red.
Oh, wiggy wiggy.
We did a little polka. Now I don't know how to polka. Maybe there's somebody out there that can teach us how to polka.
Oh, I would love a polka lesson for sure.
Yeah, I would like that in another
Yeah.
episode as well.
Yeah.
And that was fun. I mean, people just joining us, doing a little shimmy with us.
Yeah, that was great. So it was really fun to kind of get us, a peek at the Broadway Market, which is here for, Easter, Dingus Day, but also all year long.
All year round.
There are
The
vendors
challah.
there.
That challah lady, all year round.
That was delicious food.
delicious.
Yeah.
Cinnamon in that too.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And and you can get crafts there.
The woman that made the eggs, Jen,
Oh yeah. Those
tradition in her family.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Glenn.
Jennifer, tell us about these gorgeous eggs.
So this is a traditional Slovakian style egg. They're all hand done. They're all blown eggshells, so it's just the eggshell. There's nothing inside the egg. This is actually done with the head of a straight pin, and it's a kind of a batik process. So you'd use beeswax and dyes, and it's a multi-step process, and you end up with a fine piece of artwork.
So start to finish, how long does it take you to do one of these eggs?
An hour or more. By the time you decorate it and blow it out, varnish it, I would say over an hour.
Yeah. I remember blowing out the eggs when we were kids. Did you ever dye Easter eggs like that? No. Jewish. I did. It was exhausting. Exhausting.
There are some shortcuts to it, so we're not actually physically putting your mouth and blowing it out like you used to.
Yeah, I did not know a shortcut. So it was me at the end of the egg going,
You have to try that once.
Right. Yeah. Red in the face, unable to breathe for days.
These are stands for them? Like,
Yeah.
Can I
Yep.
try it?
Yeah. A lot of people display them like they're fine china. Take them out during Easter. Some people leave them out all year long. So it was a tradition that was handed down to me from my grandmother and my dad. And we've been here at the Broadway Market since I was a kid.
We inherited some of these from my mother-in-law, so I know that it's a big family tradition. Yeah, they're beautiful.
And pretty much anything you can think of to do on an egg, people have done. So they scratch them, they do wax, they cut them out.
So eggs like this.
It's cut out with like a high-speed dentist drill or a Dremel drill.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
I don't even want to touch it.
The detail on those eggs,
Unbelievable.
I mean, my cheaters would not cut it. Like, I would have to bump up my cheaters on that one. There was a lot of detail.
A lot. And the
Russian
ones
dolls.
that were carved out. I don't even know how you'd attempt that. I can barely crack the egg into the bowl when I'm making something
describe that for our listeners. Like, literally, they blew the egg out and then they carved patterns. They cut out patterns
in the egg. I mean, it was so beautiful.
Delicate.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
That, I don't know how long that would last in my house.
Oh, it probably wouldn't even make it out of the car. I mean, to be honest, my driving, it's a little questionable. So I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, unbelievable. Very gorgeous.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And, did we meet anybody else? I guess that was it.
I mean, we met a lot of people. We tasted some delicious food. And all we can say is, like, if you have not gotten yourself to the Broadway Market yet, go. It is one of those Western New York traditions that you just don't want to miss on. And if you can't make it in April, go another time. It's a really, really cool spot.
Fun spot.
Yeah.
They were really just all delightful people.
Yeah.
Thank you for making us feel so welcome.
Yeah. And the security was super nice too. They did not escort us out. Thank goodness.
How fun was that? That Sal gave me his address and wants that autographed picture, 8x10. He said, will you put it in the mail to me?
We are the talent.
I don't think anyone's going to ask us for an autographed photo ever.
I mean, surprises happen every day.
I mean,
they really do. They really do.
I thought he was wanting me to text it to him. I thought he was wanting me to email it to him. Oh, no. He wanted an 8x10. I don't know, black and white or color. We'll probably look better in black and white. Mailed to his house.
I don't know if you should. Can you hear that when she does that a lot? Every time you slam on okay.
I'm not.
It's okay. It's okay. It's our first time. It's okay. You're
Edit
doing
that.
great.
Edit
You're
that.
doing great. You're doing great.
Edit that out.
I love it. I love it. You're doing awesome. I just wanted to bring it to because that's like, boom. Like, ah. I mean, only one side working, and I'm like, every time.
Oh my gosh. I was just so excited. I mean, when Sal just gave me his home address to mail that photo. Priceless.
Well, don't say the address out loud.
No.
Privacy.
HIPAA.
But if you want your picture, if you want a picture of us, we will be happy to send it to
we would
whoever.
Love it.
Yeah. You can just like message us on Facebook or Insta. If you're not a follower yet, follow us. Get House 716.
I did not have that on.
So here's a fun fact.
Okay. What'd you get?
Our producer, Judd, who is running all the technology right now, also does amazing work with photography. And so he has been our go-to photographer whenever anyone lists their house.
Absolutely.
Right. So I'm wondering, Jed, if you can share a little bit about how you got involved.
Sure.
With the housing.
So for me, I was already a media producer. I've been doing, video predominantly since the early 2000s. And I always love doing promotional work and educational work because it gives you a visual platform that you can really explain in depth, and you can use graphics and stuff like that. And so I eventually evolved into, one of my larger marketing accounts was an event arena in Rochester. And so inside of the event arena, they had everything from trade shows to sporting events to concerts. And it was literally like a dream come true. And I'm out there just covering just the best shows in the world and the best events. And I'm able to conduct my own interviews and do a lot of stuff like this. But ultimately, when the pandemic hit, a lot of those public events were just shut down. And ironically, Bethany reached out and she said, I have to do some virtual tours because they aren't, New York State is not allowing these in-person tours just because of, certain policy. And I said, well, that's great. So let's go ahead and transition over to, doing sporting events, videos to doing video and virtual tours. And I was doing a lot of walkthroughs. And then that kind of went into just learning the art of real estate photography and learning how to maximize that space and make it look good. And ultimately, I think what goes above and beyond the photography of these places and just kind of highlighting certain things is back then, because of the pandemic, it was so limiting. The people that were in the market for selling and the people more specifically that were in the market of buying, because the tours were so limited, the only information that you could have about that house was what you could see online. And, so in essence, the better your pictures, you really have, you play a major role in contributing to the value and the ability to potentially sell that house for a higher price. And that's not to say that, I'll go in and Photoshop like a lamppost or, cover up holes in a wall or something like that. My photographic style for real estate is very true to nature. So, the colors are very reproducible. I don't do a lot of black and whites. I don't do a lot of fading. I don't do a lot of repairs. But you have to really, just like you are going to be doing somebody's headshot, you have to feature the house in its best light, and you have to make it look appealing, to the sales market. So that's my job, and I take a lot of pride in it. I spend a lot of time editing and, kind of retouching and making sure that the colors are accurate. And if it's a rainy day, you can certainly, replace the sky and make it have a nice blue sky and just make it visually appealing for the people that, might not necessarily be able to come out and see the house in person. And so far, it has been very enjoyable, and I do have a day job, but the real estate content and my media work in general fits into my schedule, and it's not at such a breakneck pace. It's been very comfortable and I enjoy it very much, and I have very great clients.
And I have to say that I think, first of all, you're extremely talented. And the fact that you can make that gray day into like a little bit of a sunshine, but you keep it so real. Like,
it does.
Sometimes like you go on and you see websites and then you do a walkthrough of the house. Like I've gone to showings and I'm like, even the people, my clients that I'm with are kind of looking at me like, this isn't what the pictures look like. And I'm like, nope, I agree.
Not at all. I know. Sometimes it's for the better. Sometimes it's for the worse.
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen pictures out there that are taken with cell phones too. And you think, geez, this house could look so much better than it did
it's really
online.
worth it to get that professional photography. And I know still to this day, because people are moving to Western New York, that online presence is so important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, marketing your home, will pay itself back and then some. Yeah.
Agree. And I think honestly, for me, people work with me because they like me, but the things that I bring to the table, the photography and the cookies at closing, those seal the deal and get me referrals. There is no hands down question about it. If I did not have,
it may be the baklava now.
maybe we're going to turn. No, I could never give up Barb. Oh my gosh, those cookies are spectacular. So, it's no surprise. It used to be a surprise that you got cookies at the end because I would keep it a surprise. Now, everybody knows. I mean, that's all they talk about, those cookies at the end.
Yeah.
So,
well, they work for them.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody works hard,
Yeah.
but it's true. I mean, because when we're marketing a home, we're not only doing the social media portion of it, but we're doing brochures, print work. All of that needs to translate to high quality. So we just love that Judd does that for us.
I know. Thank you, Judd.
Thanks, ladies.
Yeah.
Oh,
amazing.
Gosh. Yeah. Do you have any funny, what's the funniest story that you have from photography in the house?
Geez, I don't know. I think, growing up in the 80s, and you see a lot of those Friday the 13th movies. I mean, I think that we can all relate
Jason.
to the basement that you just don't want to go down into. Many times we don't have that, but once in a while you might get a scary house that kind of looks like it's maybe flooded, maybe dark, maybe the electricity is a little sketchy down there, and you just don't want to take a chance in seeing some apparition, crossing in front of you. Preferably not on my watch. So, that being said, I am a first floor and second floor photographer only.
Unless you have a finished basement.
And aside from that, it's a job, just like everything else. You have good days and you have bad days. And, I always, let's just say that there's never been a day that I did not want to do that job. And, it's always been fun. So, and it makes it even better if you have a good team to work with. So.
Nice.
Great.
Nice. Maybe a little, Judd used to do some voiceover work. Give us your best roller derby intro.
Ooh, geez, roller derby. Let me see what I can do.
What would your roller derby name be? You know how they all have fun names?
I know they do have fun names.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe B-roll, because
B-roll is
talking
good.
a lot about B-roll and getting that
B-roll would be perfect.
Maybe I would be B-roll. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the B-roll would be good. Me, I don't know. I'd probably just go with the Demolition Man, something like that. I don't know. J-Love. J-Loveless.
What about you, Marnie?
I don't know. I mean, I think I might leave that up to the pod squad.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, if you've got a suggestion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm taking
Put it
derby
out there.
names. I'm taking derby names.
Nice. Give us a little intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Friday night at the Rochester Dome Arena, we've got the B-Sides versus the Ramblers.
It was always fun.
Love it.
That is so good.
Love it.
That is so good. I try to do a good accent and it just never works.
No, I'm not good with those accents either.
I know. It's so hard. It's like, okay, I'm going to try an accent and you try to guess it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now that's a knife.
Ooh, well, that's Mick Dundee. I mean, come on. You know who you're talking to.
So did I give it away? Okay. How about this one? Cheerio, mate.
Oh, that's an Australian in England, maybe.
Exactly. Or the person in your car giving directions.
Oh, I do have Australian Siri. Yeah, he's my voice.
Well, you spend a lot of time in the South. Do you want to give a Southern accent?
So it's funny that you say that, because every time I call my accountant to give him an update on my taxes, he says, "You're not saying it right. You need to be more dramatic when you say the word Savannah." And so I've been working hard to say Savannah, but I don't know if I'm getting it right.
It sounds pretty good to me. Keep working.
Okay. I'll work on that for next time. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Oh, the talent will work on that.
Well, thanks for spending the time with us. It's been a lot of fun.
We cannot wait to get back in studio again.
Yes, with lots to come in episode 2. So
where are we going in episode 2? Oh, we're talking about artwork. Oh, we've got some fun
art in the house.
Art in the house. We have a local artist talking about art in your house.
And exploring Elmwood Village.
Exploring Elmwood Village.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Love it. All
Get
right.
housed with us.
Get housed, 716. Keep it real. B-roll.
B-roll.